Good
morning.
morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm turning my volume up. How are you?
I am good. It's like crazy raining
I
today.
It's so dreary. I was trying to figure out how to light this room so that you could see me.
It's so funny. I have like the same thing. I have like my kid's lamp kind of on. It's like so dark. I'm trying to get any sort of like, I think we did a good job.
Yeah, you look great.
I look tan when I'm actually
Rain does
extremely.
great for us.
How are you feeling today? How are you
I'm
doing?
I'm fine. I definitely need to work out.
Okay,
I've not
amazing.
been working out enough, so I
Yeah.
need to.
So let's do it more. Let's do
Yes.
it. Let's keep moving. Um, for anybody who this is our first time, we're doing this with no prop. So we're going to just do body weight today. I would say maybe lower your camera slightly so we can see your mat
Okay.
maybe before. I'm going to try to go on top. Are you going to turn the comments off or should I try to go on top of the comments?
Oh, can you go on top? I was
I
just
can
gonna
I
keep
can go
them
I can go like right here and then you can kind of
going.
like see. Yeah, it's all good.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's
Probably around
perfect.
here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. Let's just
For
get
those of
started.
you who don't know Leah, she's the best. She's the
Thank you.
creator of Be the Method. And normally we would use a squishy ball, but
Yeah.
I don't have one yet. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to go
okay.
prop free. And you guys should all get the ball and all continue to follow Leah.
Yeah,
She's
it's
my
also,
favorite fitness instructor.
you're so sweet. I mean, it's also just super important to move. We can also do the method without and kind of like envision the ball being there also. So that's kind of like where we'll get here. Okay. All right, let's start on top. I'm going to ditch my ball off to the side. Let's start on top of your knees here. Just flatten your feet for a second. Good. And then we're just going to pull your hips back. So you're just going to pull your hips kind of like back over your heels. You're just going to start to take your hands behind you here. And then just start to reach your hands in front of your shoulders. So we're just going to start to warm up the shoulders here. Warm up the abdominals. So you're at like a slight hinge forward and you're going to think of like pulling your inner thighs together, reaching out through the arms, starting to activate the glutes a little bit here too.
And
Pulling the
this is
core
a
in.
judgment-free zone on pedicures, manicures.
Oh my gosh,
We don't care about
absolutely.
that right now.
I mean, hair, you should see how long my hair is
Hair.
and how many grays I have. It's like, it's insane.
All my split ends.
Yeah, totally. And
None of
let's
that
do,
matters right now. Just being alive.
take your hands back here and hold. You're going to start to do tiny pulses up. So tiny pulses up through your arms. Good. So keeping the core in. So remind yourself that you're trying not to take this just into your back. So you're feeling your glutes. You're feeling your core protecting your back. You're lengthening out of your neck, activating the triceps here. And then you're going to hold your hands back, start to bend the elbows, and then press your hands back through here. So you're just bending it in, pressing it back. Tiny little pulses through there. Good. So you're really lengthening out of the shoulders so that you're feeling like you're connecting more into the muscles and rather the joints here. So you want to take it slow, keep the core in. Really good. And back. And let's do two more. And back. And then one more. You're going to reach your hands back and then you're going to lift them up in front of your shoulders here and you're going to hold. So you're going to drop the shoulders back. You're going to bend your left elbow in. So you're going to kind of pull the elbow here, extend it out in front of you. So you're going to go right elbow here. Good, nice. And then reach it out. Do you feel your glutes working here too?
Everything's quivering.
Yeah, so really pulling the core in. You're squeezing the shoulder, elbow into your side, trying to turn off your neck here as much as possible. And then pull it in, reach it out, and then in here. Good, nice. And let's do one more over to the right. And then you're going to extend your hands all the way out. You're going to lift up through the hips, take your hands backwards here, and then you're just going to pull your hips back over your heels, reaching your hands out. Let's do two more. Good. Lifting it up, pressing it back, and let's do one more. Lifting it up, good. And then pressing your arms back, good. And then you're going to lift up again through here. You're going to take your knees slightly apart. You're going to squeeze your feet together. So your feet are now together. Your hands are going to press back here, and now you're going to pull your hips over your glutes, and you're going to hover in this position. So you're kind of just going to find this position where your knees are nice and open, and then start to take your arms behind you, and then in front of your body here. Good. So you're going to feel kind of...
Nate's Best, my surfer friend. We're surfing right now.
I love it.
I know he's watching.
I know. What's so great is I feel like a lot of men are now doing slower controlled movements in quarantine, which is so great. I mean, it's like every single body needs these types of movements to really like deeply connect, functioning movements. So good. Good. Let's do 3 more. Good. And then forward. And 1 more. You're going to hold your arms back through here. Start to pulse your arms up. Very tiny pulses. You're trying to really tap into like the low abdominals here. Good. Really nice. Good. Lengthening out of your neck. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. You're going to hold your hands up through here. Start to bend your elbows. Press your hands back. So tiny presses here. And then back. Really good. And back. Nice. So you're squeezing your elbows into your side. You're feeling your triceps start to warm up here. Glutes should be on fire. It should be like your hips are off. It like looks like it wouldn't be there, but it's very, very deep muscle movement there. And 1 more. Press your hands back. You're going to reach your hands forward in line with your shoulders here, and you're going to lift your hips up. Take your hands backwards here. So you're going all the way up, bending backwards as you reach your hands out, pulling the core in, starting to press it back. And then reaching your hands out. Good. Let's do 3 more here. Good. And then out. 2 more. All the way back. A lot of
pops going on in my body. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. It's like, especially like if this is the first thing you've done today, you'll feel it immediately, you know, kind of like releasing some of the lactic acid. And now you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders here. Your knees stay wide apart. You're going to tuck your toes underneath. So you're squeezing your heels together now, but your knees stay apart. You're going to start to hover your knees up and hold. So you're in kind of like a wide position here. Really nice. And then drop the knees down. So you're trying to even out your knees. Pull the core in. You're going to lift up here and hold. And then drop it down. So if you can, try to keep your focus down onto the floor. Just start to pull the core in. You're going to lift your knees up and hold. Good. And then drop it down. Good. Nice. Let's do 2 more here. Lift up and hold. And then drop it down. And let's do 1 more. Lift up and hold. And then drop it down. And now you're going to turn your knees into parallel, but your feet are going to be slightly apart. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to start to hover your knees up and hold. Okay, so you're just going to lift up here and hold. And then drop it down. Good.
For
nice.
those of you that are not doing the exercise, it's a lot harder than it looks.
It does. It's so funny because it's like such stability, like it's a different layer of abdominals and a different layer of strength that's like underneath the superficial layer on top.
Yeah.
So it has to be slow. It has to be controlled. It has to be stabilized. It burns like crazy.
Yeah.
And then drop it down. And let's do 2 more here. So you're lifting up and holding. Good. Drop it down. And then 1 more. Lift it up. And then drop it down. You're going to uncurl your toes here, roll your shoulders back. You're going to pull the abdominals in. Start to take your left hand out into a T. So you're going to reach it out through there. And then you're going to drop it down in line with your shoulders. Let's go over to the right. So you're going to switch arms here. So you're keeping your weight in the center of your body. Just going side to side. Really good. And then trying to flash.
My shoulders really need this right now because I hold so much stress there.
Yeah, most people do. You know, it's like shoulders and hips
Yeah.
are super, super tight here. So I want you to think of like elongating out of your arm, like really allowing your left oblique to kind of like extend your arm out. So you're like controlling it through the abdominals, the movement. Drop it down. And let's do 1 more left and right. Really nice. Drop it down. And then 1 more. And then drop it down. And now you're going to take your left arm back behind you. So you're going to press it back. You're going to open up your chest here. So you're going to think of not like opening it up, but you're going to just keep your chest nice and wide. And then drop that hand down. Let's go to the other side. You're going to take your left, right arm. And then drop it down. Good. Keeping the abdominals in. You're going to keep switching here. And then drop it down. How are you feeling? Feeling good?
Feeling great.
Good. Drop it down. It's surprisingly more abdominal than you think. Like it looks like it might be more arm, but it's like a lot of abdominal strength to kind of keep your body in the center here, to keep even weight on both knees.
That's the challenge, is keeping
exactly.
Distributed evenly.
Yeah. Drop it down and then 1 more. Good. And then drop it down and you're going to reach your hands out in front of you. You're going to stretch through your arms. You're going to sit into a child's pose for a second. We're going to start to tuck your toes underneath and we're going to go out into a full plank. Okay, so you're going to open up your chest. We're going to hold your full plank here. Good, nice. Shoulders are back. Abdominals stay in. You're just gonna dip your knees down to the floor. So you're gonna kind of like tap here and then press through your legs. You're gonna try to keep your hips in the same position where they are. You're just tapping your hips, pressing out through the legs. Beautiful. So tapping and extend. So you're trying to keep your elbows kind of soft here. Chest stays nice and open. Abdominals stay in and out. Let's do 2 more. So good, really good. 1 more. And then you're gonna slowly start to drop down to your knees. Unfold your toes, press out into a child's pose. You're gonna reach out through here, stretch out through your fingertips, and then start to open your knees out wide. So your knees kind of open up into a child's pose. You're gonna tuck your toes underneath and then squeeze your heels together. We're gonna press out into a full plank again, but your heels are together. Inner thighs are zipped up. And now you're gonna bend your knees wide as you start to press through your arms. So you're gonna go here, you're gonna press it back. Yep. And then open up your chest, pulling the abdominals in. Yeah, nice. So you're really pressing out of your arms, zipping up the inner thighs as you press your chest forward. And then really trying to pull your shoulders back away from your ears, zipping it in and up. Whew, okay. Let's do 3 more. All the way out. 2 more. So nice. And 1 more. And then all the way out. You're gonna hold here. You're just gonna start to bend your knees down to the floor. Unfold your toes and sit back into a child's pose. Yeah, good, nice, so nice. Stretch it out through here.
Warmed up now.
Oh yeah.
The fire is burning, she's alive.
And then roll through the spine. I'm gonna have you flip your legs around. We're gonna do a little bit of abdominals up, and then we're gonna do kind of a whole series laying flat onto your back so we can add a little bit of twisting, but still keeping your spine straight. So let's take your feet. You're gonna take your feet in line with your hips here. Arms are gonna reach out straight. You're gonna feel as if you're engaging the inner thighs here. So almost like you're pulling them together, lifting up out of the chest. Scoop and roll back about halfway here, but keeping the chest nice and open. Start to do some arm circles. So you're just gonna open it up through here. A lot of stability work. Tiny arm circles, really nice. Good, keeping the core in. Should be warming up pretty quickly here. Your shoulders are dropped down, beautiful, really nice. And let's do 3 more here. 2 more. And then 1 more. And then you're gonna reach your hands forward from here. You're gonna slowly start to bend your hands backwards. You're gonna hang on, take your hands down here, okay? It's gonna be kind of like, this is a position where you're like pulling abdominals in and then dropping your hands down, yeah. And now what you're gonna do, your hands go backwards. You're gonna hover your hips up very slightly, so you're kind of in like a long stance here. You're lifting up out of the shoulders. Just start to bend your elbows. My feet are slightly apart, so they're kind of like staying like a few inches apart. Like my feet haven't really moved here. Now you're just bending and lifting up through here. So you're bending your elbows, lifting up through your chest. So you're pulling the core in. I'm throwing a whole bunch of new stuff at you, like live too. Lift it up through here. Let's do 3 more.
I'll be your guinea pig.
Good, 2 more. Yeah, I don't think you've done these on your body yet. And then lift, good. So you're at like kind of that same hinge, still pulling the core in. Let's do 1 more. Lift all the way up, and then you're gonna drop your hips down. Start to reach your hands all the way around and forward, lifting up through the chest. And now you're gonna scoop and roll halfway here and hold, and now we're gonna reverse the circle. So you're gonna drop the arms down, lift them up and around. Good. Nice. So because you can't do the roll down because of your spine, we do that move kind of to open up your shoulders, give your abdominals a little bit of a break and a stretch also, so that you don't have to like hang on in this position the whole time. And it's a good tricep move. I mean, you get some of the arm moves there too. Open up in the chest.
My thoracic's fine, thanks you.
Yeah. Good, really good. Keeping the core in.
I will say yesterday I took a magnesium bath.
Yeah.
For the first time in so long. I don't know why it took me so long to take a bath. It made a huge difference.
Yeah, I know.
Like I was saying take hot baths, but
yeah.
this time it really like relaxed my muscles. It's crazy.
That's awesome. Lift up and around here. You're going to slowly start to take your arms in, in, and then you're going to take them behind you again. Nice. You're going to lift your hips up again through here. Pulling the core in, you're going to start to dip your elbows down and then lift it up. So you're keeping the abdominals in, dipping it down and lifting, really opening up the chest here. And lift. Nice. And lift. So your hips drop down because your elbows bend. Like you're not really just dipping the hips down. Two more.
Right.
And lift. And then one more. And lift. Beautiful. You're going to drop down to your hips, and then you're going to make your way onto your elbows here. Okay. So from here, we're going to try not to sink down. We're going to lift up in the chest. I want you to take your right knee into tabletop. Take your left knee into tabletop. You're going to start to open up your knees, and then you're just going to squeeze your knees together. So now you're just opening it up through here and squeezing it together. So in this position, I want you to feel like your lower back is kind of staying lifted. So you're trying not to tuck, trying to keep as flat a back as possible. You feel the inner thighs working here too?
I feel it mostly in my core.
That's good. That's good. I mean, you want it in the core. You're going to feel inner
But
thighs.
my thighs are shaking, so I guess
You
I'm
kind of
feeling
have
everywhere.
to, yeah, you have to add resistance in between your legs. You almost have to feel like you're like pressing up against something that's like denser than air. So it's not just air, like you're actually like squeezing it in. Let's do two more. And then one more. And I want you to squeeze your knees together. You're just going to rock your knees slightly over to the right. So you're going to rock it slightly over, pull the abdominals to come back to center as your knees come back to center. Good. So you're going to go over to the other side. You're going to stay lifted up off the shoulders and lift. So we're adding just like a little mobility in your spine, but without going into like a full twist. So just very little. Pulling the abdominals in. How does it feel? Does it feel okay?
Yep, burning everywhere.
And this is when it gets silent. And we just go through the moves, pulling the core in, twisting through here, back to center. This is where you can really tap into like the deep lower abdominals. And then lift. Let's do one more on each side. So let's go over to the right. And then back to center. Let's go over to the left.
The wind outside is so crazy.
I know. And then let's drop one foot at a time. And then you can slowly make your way all the way down onto your back. So let's go all the way down here. Good. Really nice. Let's take your hands behind your head. You're going to curl up looking towards your abdominals very slightly. You're going to press your head into your hands. I want you to take your right knee into tabletop. So you're just at a slight lift. Your right knee's here. I want you to extend that leg up. And then you're going to externally rotate. So you're going to think like toes outwards, heels are in. You're going to start to do some circles. You're going to open that leg up down to the floor and then lift it up to the center. So you're just kind of like
circle and a big circle around?
Think of the circle is only going to be as big as you can stabilize that left hip. So if the left hip starts to wobble, the circle's gone too big. You want to think inner thighs. You want to think abdominals here. Stability in the left side of your body.
And do you point your foot?
I would say like don't like heavily point it because you can grip a lot into your toes and take some pressure out of your abdominals and your toes. So just think more of like an elongating like out of your toes, like energy kind of like shoots out of your toe. And then let's reverse other way. So you're going to drop it down, circle that leg around and lift. So keeping the abdominals in. Good. Really pressing your head into your hands so that your triceps are doing some of the work and not your neck. All the way around. Let's do two more. How's your inner thigh feeling? One more.
It's literally quivering.
And then drop that knee down. Get yourself into a neutral spine again here so your spine stays nice and long, abdominals stay in. We're going to take it right over to the left leg. You're going to externally rotate slightly and then start to open that leg out to the side, drop it down, and lift. So you're opening it up.
Oh no, I see what you're doing better.
What?
I see your movement better now on this side.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like a circle, but it's like very small. It's almost like a capital D, like it comes up through the center, like opens up out to the side and then kind of like reaches up. And let's do one more. And then you're going to reverse. You're going to drop it down, circle it around, lift it right back up. So you're trying to keep your hips in the same position. So everything from kind of your hip up to the top of your head is staying stable, including that right side
but your foot and leg is staying externally rotated, right?
Exactly. Yep. One more. Good, nice. All the way up. You're going to drop that knee from here. Keep your upper body lifted. You're going to take your right knee into tabletop. You're going to extend your left leg out. And then we're going to pull the left knee in. You're going to stretch the right leg out, pull it in. So you're always going to go to tabletop here. So you're going one leg at a time, but hitting that tabletop position every time. Good, nice. Stretch it out. And in. Beautiful. Good. Really nice. And then stretch it out. Let's do one more each side. And then last one, pull both knees in. You're going to drop your right foot down to the floor. Drop your left foot down to the floor. Then you're going to take your right knee into tabletop. You're going to stretch it up straight. Extend your left leg out straight. And now you're going to do tiny pulses. You're going to go pulse, pulse with your legs, and then switch, pulse, 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 good, switch, pulse, good. Really pulling in the core, switch, whew, burning, abdominals, stretching it out, good, keeping your upper body lifted. The pulse comes from the core, not just your leg pulsing in. You're thinking your core is like pulling your leg in even more, pulling it in. Let's do one more each side.
Thanks, Smiley.
Woo. Pull your knees into your chest. You can kind of rock side to side here.
Woo.
I know, so good. That was great. That was really, really good. Okay. All right, let's roll over here and then lift up so that you can kind of like get up through there without lifting all the way up. Yeah, perfect. That's okay. Flip all the words. That's just like me being ultra technical here, you know. All right, let's take your hands underneath your shoulders here. Your knees are underneath your hips. I want you to turn your right hand facing inwards. So you're going to hold this position where your upper body is kind of twisted here. Extend your left leg all the way out. And then you're going to lift it up. Good, really good. So you're going to pull the core in through here. You're just going to bend the left knee, tap at the ankles. So you're going to tap at the ankles here. And then open that leg all the way out. You're just
but
tapping.
Should the hips be level or open?
So you're actually, your whole body is twisted over to the left. So you're like upper, like yeah. And then your left hip stays open. Good. Yep. But then go all the way out straight. So bend and then straighten it out. Yeah, there you go. Really good. And then stretch it out. Good. Let's do 3 more here. And then out, 2 more. And then out, really nice, 1 more. And then you're gonna take that leg out straight, and now you're gonna tap that foot down to the floor. You're gonna kind of go as low as you can, keeping that hip nice and open. So you're gonna keep a straight leg. So you're gonna kind of tap it down and then lift. Yeah, yep. So tapping it down, keeping the core in, lift. Really nice, there you go. And if at any point your neck starts to aggravate or anything, or feel any sort of pull, you can look down to the floor. Drop it down, lift it up. Good. Let's do 3 more here. Lift. Good. 2 more. And lift. And then 1 more. You're going to lift it up and hold. And now you're going to tap it to the side. So you're going to keep a straight leg. You're going to tap it to the side. You're going to lift it up, and then you're going to try to tap it down to the floor. So you're going to go tap down to the floor, lifting up and over, tapping to the side. Tapping behind you.
The left side, right?
Yes, exactly. So you're going up and over to the left, tap, up and over, and then tap straight through your center. Yes.
Whew, sweating.
Pull your shoulders back away from your ears. Really nice. So you're going tap and tap. Good, nice. And tap and tap. And let's just do 1 more here. Tap and tap. Beautiful. So nice. And then bend your knee in. You're going to twist down to the floor and then extend that left hand all the way out straight. So you're going to go right here. You're going to stretch through the spine. And then you're going to extend your right leg out.
Oh, the right leg now.
Yep. So left arm out, right leg out. You're going to lift that leg up. And now you're going to do tiny pulses with that leg. Tiny pulses. So you're now stretching out on the left side of your body. So it's like opposite arm and leg. Yep.
And pulse?
Good. Yep, tiny pulses up. Beautiful. Stretching out of your neck. And then you're going to start to tap that right foot down to the floor and then lift it up, tapping it down, lifting it up. Full range of motion here. Let's do 3 more. And lift. 2 more. I feel like I'm breathing heavily into the ear pods right now. 1 more. And lift. Beautiful. Bend your knees in through here. You can stretch out into a child's pose. Take your knees wide. Stretch it out through your upper body. Whew. Yeah. You can lift up. You can tap on your glutes. Tap on both sides because we're going to do the other side also. All right, you ready?
I'm so
Let's go.
sorry.
I know, same. All right, let's go right into the other side. I feel like we're making great timing. We've got a lot accomplished too. So take your left elbow in. Right hand is here. Yeah, we're really getting like full body. That's like the whole point of this type of method, is to like always be working everything, you know? So you want to make sure that you're like, yeah, pulling in the core. So now your right hand is slightly in here. You're going to twist your body over to the right so your right hip is open. And then you're going to bend the knee. You're going to tap here. So you're going to go tap at the ankles and then extend the leg out. So you're tapping here.
And the left elbow's down, right?
Your left elbow is down. Yep. And then extend. Yeah. Good. And if you can, twist your spine slightly more over to the right. So rather than kind of like facing down to the floor, like open up your chest slightly to the right. Yeah, there you go. You can keep your head down, but just open up that shoulder. Yeah, there you go. And lift. Let's do 1 more.
Hi, everybody.
Lift up
Watching
here.
me work out.
You're going to tap the toe down and then lift. Do a straight leg. I know.
Tap it like.
So just going straight leg. You're just tapping it down to the floor, but keeping that right hip open. Yeah, there you go. Tap. Good. And lift. I like our lines here. Like our legs are moving at the same time.
Yeah.
Good. Nice.
I thought yours is shaking as bad as mine.
It is. No, it is. I think I might be further away from the camera. 1 more. Lift it up here and hold. And now you're going to tap it over to the side. So you're going to go tap it here.
Where's Justin?
He's downstairs. It's Asa's birthday today. So she decided to watch Trolls World Tour for her birthday right now. Yeah.
They're rocking out.
I know. Good. Lift it up. Drop it down. Good. How are you feeling? My glutes are on fire. Drop it down. Let's do 1 more here. And then tap. Lift it up. And then down. Oh my gosh. All right. Flipping down to the floor. You're going to keep that left elbow in. You're going to extend your right hand all the way out. And you're going to stretch through the right side of your body. Shoulders are back. You're going to start to extend that left leg all the way out. And then you're going to reach it up. So you're kind of like trying to see if I can see you. Yeah, reaching it out through there. Good. Pulling the core in through here. You're going to do tiny pulses up to the ceiling. So you're trying to kind of get like that smile area underneath your glute. Really keeping your obliques in. Stretching through. Yes, so good. Good. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then tap that toe all the way down to the floor. And you're going to lift it up. Tap it down and lift. Really stretching through that right side of your body. And lift. Let's do 3 more. And lift. Good. 2 more. Lift. Last one. Oh my gosh. Drop the knee down. Good. And let's lift up through here. Let's have you flip over onto your back. Let's do a figure 4 stretch because I feel like we all need a little glute stretch here. Lay all the way flat. You can pull your knees into your chest here. You can tap on your hip. You also want to like press this hip down. So kind of like as an active stretch. Amazing.
Oh, I'm so breathy this morning.
I'm like the same way. Like I'm trying not to hold my breath, but it's all felt.
Like if anyone just logs in right now, I'm like.
Well, it's good though. I mean, when you work out, it's so important to actually breathe. Like you have to, you know, it's like makes no sense to hold your breath in, like really let it out.
It's so true. When I first started working out, I was actually really bad about holding my breath in. When I was doing something hard, especially.
Yeah. But you know what's like, if you think about it, let's lift up through here. Good. And then we're going to go onto your knees. You can face me. I'll scoot back here. I'll scoot forward. I don't know where you can actually see me. Let's go onto your knees here like this. Good. So just start to reach your arms out to the side. So you're lifting up through the core here. Good. And then just squeezing your arms in. You're going to reach your hands up over your head. Do a nice big circle. Good. Yeah, so whenever you hold your breath, what usually ends up happening is you like end up gripping into your jaw. So you keep going there, but you like will kind of tense in the jaw and it'll aggravate your neck. It'll strain something else that you don't want to strain. So really like allowing your breath to go, like your jaw relaxes. Open it up. Let's do one more. Circle it around and then let's reverse, go the opposite way. Up and over. Keeping the core in. Open it up. Good, nice. Let's do one more. All the way up. Good, and then drop it down. You can roll your shoulders back a few.
I'm going to save it this time because I keep getting so many requests for me to
post
for like afterwards, and I'm like, I don't know how.
I know, I don't know how either. How are you feeling? You feel like
it.
You got like all together,
yes, I feel great.
all around. Amazing.
Woo, thank you so much, Leah.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. It got me moving too. You know, it's so great about this. It's like it really makes me feel good too. Like, because I'm also in quarantine like everybody else, and like needing to move. You know.
Literally, and this morning I did not want to get out of bed. I was like, I gotta go and work out with Leah.
Yeah.
So
but it does, like, it gets you ready. You're like, okay, like I feel like now I can actually do something. Like
yeah,
some
now
mornings,
I'm gonna
like
actually be productive today.
Yeah, I know. I love you. This is great.
Thank you.
I love doing like our morning 11:15s.
I know. I hope it lasts forever.
Monday morning. I know. All righty.
Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you guys. See you next time. See you next week.
Next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.